Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So in the previous class we were discussing about the various commands of QBasic. So let us see it once and then we will move to the next command in the QBasic. So if we come to the book, in the last class we have seen about the print command in QBasic. So in each of these commands which we use in the QBasic we have done it practically and see the output also. So if we see about print command, so whatever the command which we are writing, here you can see for the print, if we are writing any text, any string, so the string is written in double quotes, clear, and the number you can see here, like whatever the number you are writing, that is written without the quotes, clear. So here whatever is the text, if you want to write your name, so with the print command simply write your name in double quotes, clear, and if it is any number we can write directly with the print command without any double quotes. So this difference between a text and a string, a string and a number. Okay, then we have seen, so this was the first program and we have seen the output of this. Then we have tried to make the pyramid of some special characters, clear. So for example, if we want to print any letter, any character for multiple times, so here you can see we have used the print command for writing these characters. So in the first line a single character, and afterward in each of these lines we have increased one character, clear. So you can use any of the characters like at the rate, asterisk, or whatever the character you want to choose. So this is a string or any single character, and if it have been any number, so you can directly write the numbers without using the double quotes. So this was the program. Let us run it once again and you can see the output of this. So here was the program which we have written. So here I am writing the asterisk symbol with the uh, print command, clear. So in each of these you can see that all of the star which I have written, this star is called as asterisk, or you can say whatever. So each of these is in the double quotes, and every line the number of characters is increasing. Okay, now let us try to run this. So similar type of pattern we will. So for running any of the program, what we do, either press F5 key from the keyboard or go to the run command. So if we go to the run menu, we have the start option. So click on this. So while you running, you can see at the bottom in the status bar it is writing it, clear. So here is the output of this program, clear. So you can see all of the stars are printed and the pyramid is formed. In each line the number of characters which we have written, the same is printed, and if there were numbers, the same numbers would be printed here in the output screen. But for writing the numbers we will not need the double quotes, that is the quotation mark for writing the numeric values. Okay, let us come to the book again. So here after that there are some more ways to use this print command. So if we want the output with some spaces like these, here whatever we have written earlier, that was continuous, that was without any space. So if you want to get the output with some space, so for using that what we can use, commas in between, clear. So here you can see the command which is written is 16, 15. So each of these numbers are separated by commas. Let us try to write this and see what kind of output we will get. So erase this and come to the program window. So here was the earlier program. Now let us come to file and write a new program, clear. So this way we can start any new program by going to the file menu and clicking on the new. Then let us write the print command. So I am writing print command again, and as we are writing some numbers, So write the numbers directly without using the double quotes. So we were talking about uh, to get spaces in the output. So for that we are using the comma. So let us write few numbers. Any of the numbers we can write. Okay, so let us we have written 4 5 numbers. So all of these numbers are now separated with the comma. There is comma in between. Now run this program. So here if I run this program, let us see what will be the output of this. So it takes few seconds for getting us the output. So here you can see all of these numbers are now with some space in between. 12, 15, 18, 20 and 25. These were the 5 numbers which we have written with the print, and as there is comma, so there is space in between all these numbers. Okay, now come again to the book. So next is, if we want, there were earlier there were more spaces in between. So if we want that there would be uh, less spaces in between, so for that we can use the semicolon. Clear? So this semicolon will not leave any space, it prints values continuously. So whatever the number you are writing, you can use the semicolon for printing the numbers. Clear? So it will not only, it will separate the numbers, continuous numbers, and it will not leave much space. So let us use the semicolon also. So if I come to the program window, here earlier we have written comma, let us uh, write semicolon in place of the comma. So 12 semicolon 15, then semicolon 18. So each of these commas I am replacing with the semicolon symbol. So here, so I have written all of the numbers with semicolon in between. Now try to run this program. So go to the run, click on the start. Let us see the output now. So here you can see these numbers are only separated with a single space, and the earlier when we were using the comma, there were much more space in between these numbers, but with the semicolon only a single space is there, means the extra spaces has been removed. Clear? So as per your requirement, as per the output we want, we can use the print command in various ways. So we have seen the print command, how to use the print command, how to print with spaces, less spaces, and how we can make pyramid of any numbers or any characters. Now we will see what is input command and how to use the input command. So we have seen also earlier while we were explaining the different commands. So what is input command? Input command is used to assign the value or a data to one or more variables at a time of execution. Clear? So suppose we can give two numbers like add 2 comma 3, so it will give you the output at 5. Now if you want that when the program is executing, at that time the program would ask you the two numbers, and then whatever the number you will give, it will return you the output. Clear? So there are two ways, either we give these numbers before the program is running. Clear? So we can write these numbers, or else we can write the numbers after the program is executing or during the program execution. Okay, so let us see now that how we can give the numbers while program is executing. So for that we use the input command. So here is a example of input command. So we can write the program like this, that input A and input B, then in the third line we are writing C is equal to A plus B. So this will add this, and then the fourth line is print C. Clear? So let us first write these lines, and at the last we can write the end command to terminate the program. So let us we also write this. So if we come to the program window, we can save this program if you want, or we can erase this. So now let us write the program for input. So I am writing input A, then next line is input B, third line is C is equal to A plus B. So whatever the name of variable you want to write, we can write that. Clear? So here it is A and B. And one important thing is that whatever the variable names we are writing, as these variables are going to store the numeric values, that is why they are not written in double quotes. We know that whatever the variable which we use, if we are going to, for example, if we want to save 12 to any variable, so this can be written without dollar symbol and the value is not required to be written in double quotes. But suppose you have to save your name, like your name is Aman, so what we need to write this uh, string in double quotes, and the variable which will save this will use the dollar symbol. So suppose you are saving this in a name variable, so you will write name with the dollar symbol. Clear? So this is the difference. So here we, all of these variables, which is A, B or C is also a variable, so these all are going to save some numeric value, means some numbers. Clear? So that is why we are not using the dollar symbol with these. Clear? Let us erase this. Now we were writing the program that input A, then input B, C is equal to A plus B, and after adding this number we want the output to be printed, so we will use the print command, whatever the output we want to. So print, we will use which variable to be printed? The C is having the sum of the A and B, so print C. Then we can use the int command for executing, for terminating the program. Clear? So this is the program which we wanted to write for as example of input command. So now let us run this program and see what is the output of this. So if I go to the run command, click on the start button. Now you will see that I have not given any value to each of these variables. So when we run this program, only we get a question mark, means it is asking for the numbers which we want to add. So give any number. So suppose I am writing 8, press the enter key, it will again ask the question mark. Why? Because we have given two input A and input B. So suppose the next program is 7, next number is 7. Clear? So these are the two numbers which we are giving to A and B. Clear? So 8 was stored in A and 7 will be stored in B. Okay, now press the enter key. So this is giving you the sum of that is the C. So C is 8 plus 7, that is 15. Clear? So I hope this is clear. Earlier, if we wanted, we can write any of the numbers. Clear? So but right now, whatever we are giving the numbers, that is after the we have written the program, and while it is executing, it is asking you to give the numbers. Clear? So this is the use of input command, so that we can assign any value to a variable during execution of the program. Okay, let us come again to the book. So here you have seen about using the input command and the output. So here there is some other value. So whatever the value of the A and B, here in this example you can see the 50 and 70, these were the two numbers and the output was 120. In our example we have written 8 and 7. So whatever the value you want to give to A and B, this will give you the sum of those numbers. And for seeing the output, we can press the F5 to run the program, or you can go to the run run menu. Then you can read this also. When we run a program, the computer will display a question mark on the screen. As we have seen that what is the meaning of this question mark? Question mark will means that it is waiting for any value to those input variables. So it waits for the user to enter the value. It will run only after the user response. Clear? So the data entered by the user must be as required by the variable. The data type must match. So here it is talking about that as it is a without any dollar symbol, so it means that only we can give a numeric variable. Clear? So it will wait for our numbers to be entered by the user, only then it will give you the output of the program. And the type of value should match, means if the variable you have written without dollar symbol, so it will only accept the numeric variable, number value. So this was about input command. Now one more example, here it is written. So that was a numeric variable, number, and now if you want to write any string, clear, any sentence, any name or any such type of thing. So here you can see that these values are now being written in the double quote. So first line is, let us see a program for this. So first line is print enter your car name. So here we are writing input and then name, then dollar. So here the dollar symbol is written with the name. It means whatever the uh, you are going to enter, that will be a string. So that is why it is using the dollar symbol with the variable, means it will accept only string. Then print enter your car value. Clear? Whatever the car model or whatever the name of the vehicle you want, right, that can be written. Then whatever is the price, if you want to write, so that can be written. So here as it is a value, a number, so here it is without the dollar symbol. Now at last we are printing this, the name of the car and the value of the car. Clear? So whatever the variable you have chosen for writing the name, we can write that. Clear? So if you want to write a similar program, let us try to see this program also, that how we can give the numbers as well as text in any of the program. Clear? So let us erase this once and come to the software window. So here we are. So if we want, we can save this program and come to the new. So how to save this program? You can go to the file, then we have the option to save. So suppose I want to save this program with the name input. So it will save the name with input. Click on the OK button. So here you can see now the name is input. Now open a new file to write a new program which we were talking about. So this program will accept some string value and a number value. So suppose I am writing that it will ask your name and your age. So print, then you can write in double quotes as it is a string. So print enter your name. Okay. Then next line is this name will be stored in any of the variable. So that will be, here also you can see in the book that whatever the, here it is about car name, but we are now taking the name of the person who is running the program. Then whatever the command in which you will save this, so that will be used with the input. So input name and whatever the variable name. So here we will write input, then variable name with the dollar symbol. Clear? So in the place of car, we are accepting the name of the user. So first line will print enter your name. It will be a message for the person, for the user, and second line is for taking the input. So this input will is a string, that is why we are writing dollar symbol with the name, and it will save the value in the name. Then print, suppose I want to take the age of the user, so now we can write enter your age. Okay, so here we have written this, and now take this age and save it in any variable. So here this age is a number, so we can directly use the variable name. Clear? So we have taken name and age. If you see in the book also, here there were two other things, that was the car name and the car value. Clear? But in this example which we are running, we are taking the name and the age. Okay, now whatever the input we have taken, you can get it printed. So here use the print command. Now print your name is, you can write something like this, your name is. Clear? So also not necessary to write in capital letters, you can use according to small or capital which you want. So here I have written. So after writing this message, we can write the name of the variable. So here it is, name dollar. Clear? In this example also you can see that whatever the message you want to write, that we can write first and then use the semicolon and then the name of the variable. Okay, so we have printed in the first line your name, and then use the print command to print the message for printing the age also. Your name is, and then your age is. Okay, so here we are writing the print command to print the age. Now this is the message, then use semicolon and write the name of the variable where the age is stored. So age is stored in the variable with the name age. Okay, give a space. So this way we have written the two commands to print, and then use the end command to terminate the program. So what the program is doing, let us see each of these lines first. So first line is enter your name. It is only giving you a message. Clear? So it will give you a message that enter your name. So and this name will be now taken as input in a variable with name. So as it is a string, so that is why we have used the dollar symbol. Then the next is you are taking age from the user. So for that we have written a message enter your age, and then it will input and save this number in the age. So the difference you can notice is, in the first input we have written dollar symbol, in the second input we have written without the dollar. So it means that the first variable will store string and the second variable will store number, and then after that we are going to print this name and age. So here also the dollar symbol, and here without dollar, and whatever the message you want to get printed, again you will write that in the double quotes and separate with the semicolon. Now try to run this program and let us see what will be the output and how we can give the values to this. So click on the run, click on the start button. So if there will be any error also, it will give you the error message at the same time. So here you can see the first line is enter your name. Okay, so whatever the name you want to give as a input, we can write. So suppose I want to write the name Rohan. Okay, so this we have given the input as a string. Then second one is enter your age. So suppose your age is 12 years or 11 years, whatever the value you want to give. So write 12. Okay, so in the first statement we have written our name, in the second statement we are writing our age. Now press the enter key. Now you can see the message which it is printing is your name is Rohan and your age is, in between there is extra semicolon. So yes, because there was extra semicolon in the double quotes, the same is being printed. We can erase this. Okay, now let us try it once again. So here you can see there was a extra semicolon, that is why it was giving you the same while printing. You can use any semicolon, any other symbol if we want in the double quotes. That all which you want to be printed, that should be in the double quotes. Clear? So here we have written this, then it will give you the similar output. Now let us run again. So for running we can press the F5 or you can go to the run command. Then enter your name. So suppose I am writing Arun, then age is, suppose it is 11 years, print, then press the enter key to get the output. So here is the output, that your name is Arun and your age is 11. Okay, so this is the way you can give the input while executing the program. Okay, so if you want to give any string, for that we are using the dollar symbol with the variable name. Clear? So here it is dollar symbol with the name variable, and when we are giving the age, then it is without the dollar symbol. So I hope it is clear how we can get the input and to see the output of that. So this is about the input command. Let us read this. So this input statement also allows to display the message to make the program user friendly and to guide the user to enter the correct data. So multiple data into multiple variables can also be put in one input statement. So what it is talking about? So here you can see that we have whatever the input we want to give, this input can be given with a message. Clear? So before that we have used the print command to give a message so that the user can understand that what value is required to be entered. And in the same way, when we are printing it, we are using a statement so that the value which is printed, there is a message before that. So this way we can use the print command for various type of inputs to be printed, for various other things to be included. So print command can be used for printing the message also, separating by the semicolon and the message in the double quotes. Then there are some more programs for practicing. So here you can see the one is some practice programs, some for using the input. So right now we are talking about the input program, input command. So here the program is similar to that. So suppose we want to take two numbers, then we can get printed the sum of those two numbers, the difference of those, then the multiplication of those two numbers, and for that we can use the input command. So here let us see this program once. So first line is enter the first number. Clear? So whatever the number we want to get printed. So we are writing this with the input command. Earlier we have written this statement with the print, but now using the input we can combine these things. So the input and the message will be printed along with it. So it is giving enter the first number, this is the message, and n1 is the variable in which the number will be saved. Then second number, that is input, enter the second number, and then it will be saved into n2. Now whatever the operation which you want to be done on these numbers, this we have written. The first line is sum of these, then difference, then product. Clear? And after that, using the print command, we can print with the messages, like print sum is, then the value where the sum is stored, that is sum, then the difference of those numbers, whatever the message we have written in the double quotes, and then after separating with the semicolon, the values are the variables where the values are stored, we can write and in the program. So similar type of example you can see it here. So after this we will continue in the coming class. You can revise all which we have covered in the today's class, that how we have seen the input command and how to use spaces, what kind of input can be taken if it is a numeric value. For that we can directly write the variable, and if it is a string we can use the dollar symbol. So read the program once and see it. The you can pause the video wherever you need, and if there is any confusion we will discuss in the coming class. Thank you everyone.